The purpose of this video is to start today's class period so you understand what you're supposed to be getting out of today. There are two main jobs, two main things you should be leaving math class with. Number one is you need to learn as much as you can about doing these exponents. So our first activity is going to be all about these different kind of exponents problems on this worksheet. I want to explain how you need to be able to do this worksheet. You're going to be partnered up with one other person. And let's say that you're person A or person B, it doesn't make any difference. So if this is person A, let's say, and this is person B's sheet, here's how it works. What you do is you take one person's paper and you flip it over. So let's say A is going to go first. So B flips theirs over, and what happens is when A has their paper face up, all they do is talk. They talk through what person B has to write down for question number one. And then whatever they tell you, you need to write it out. And you write it out and you work it out. You get it simplified down to your final answer. Then you switch jobs. Then B flips their paper over. A does the same thing. And then person B does the talking. Person A does the writing for question two. All of the evens will end up back here because that is where person B is telling you to write. And then do not stop person B or person A from talking. Give them a chance to work through the problem on their own. If you disagree, then at the end you might want to say something, but let them talk their way through it and then hold any judgments until they've finished what they wanted to do, and then you could go back and fix anything if you needed to. But every single problem, you guys should be opposite flipping your paper. I call it an opposite toggle. So you do this for number one, you flip for number two, you flip for number three, and then you alternate who's doing the talking, who's doing the writing. You'll have 10 to 12 minutes to work on that. You're working on the top half of this sheet to practice laws of exponents. We need to get better at that. Second thing I'd like to introduce you to is the overall lesson for the class period. And today's lesson has to do with working on the web, the yellow poster, the multiple representations. You're going to be working on lesson 316, which starts on page 138. And basically you're going to be taking things, they might give you a story, and you have to turn it into a table, or maybe you have a story and you have to turn it into an equation or a graph or something, or you're going to take a graph and turn it into an equation, back and forth. You're going to be doing all of these kind of connections between the web. You have an opportunity to be somewhat creative today, so you can create some of these. You're going to be creating your own context or your own story. Make it up, but make sure that it fits the problems, or make sure that it fits the context. The problems you're going to be working on are 72 to 76. When you get to the last one, 76, 76 is an important one because you need to do a table, a graph, an equation for each. They give you a story. They give you the context. They give you this. You need to turn the context into that, and that to get full credit for what we're looking for, and to give you an opportunity to practice what you're going to see on the quizzes and the tests. So it's kind of two main jobs today. One is really get down, laws of exponents and working on problems like this. And then two, being able to translate exponential equations between tables, graphs, equations, and a context. Good luck.